Welcome to Perlman Quadrangle and Irvine Auditorium. Irvine Auditorium is a non-smoking facility. Restrooms are located on the lower and second balcony levels. Vending machines and payphones are located only on the lower level. Assisted listening devices are available upon request. Please take time to note the exit clearly marked at the front and rear of the auditorium. If for some reason there is an emergency, please use these exits to vacate the building in an orderly fashion. For your safety and the safety of others, after exiting, please move away from the building as far as possible. Please take the time now to silence all cell phones or beepers for thorough enjoyment of today's presentation by yourself and others.
Good afternoon. Friends, parents, and family members. Welcome to the School of Engineering and Applied Science 2025 Doctoral Commencement Ceremony. Will you please rise and join me in welcoming the Penn Engineering Doctor of Philosophy graduates. It is my great pleasure to invite the faculty of the School of Engineering and Applied Science to join in the procession. You may now be seated.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2025 Penn Engineering Doctoral Ceremony. I'm Vijay Kumar, I'm the Dean of the School, and it's such a pleasure to welcome all of you to this milestone moment for the Penn Engineering Doctoral graduates. For our graduates, today marks the culmination of many years spent in navigating the deep rigors of engineering research. A journey not just defined by sleepless nights, but also by cycles of frustrations and insight, false starts and breakthrough, all in the relentless pursuit of a single goal. On behalf of all of us on stage who have watched you confront the unknown and persist through complexity, I offer to you my heartfelt congratulations. To the family members, partners, friends, and others who have joined you to cheer you on, I want to thank you for you standing by their side at lab benches and kitchen counters. Thank you. Your support has made this moment possible. For us faculty, this ceremony holds a very special meaning. Shortly, each of you will be hooded by a faculty advisor. At that moment, the formal bond between student and advisor dissolves. We become peers. We're colleagues in the pursuit of discovery and innovation, and members of the same exclusive club. For earning a PhD in engineering is a rare achievement. Fewer than 6 in 1 million people worldwide receive a PhD in engineering each year. It represents not only mastery of technical knowledge, but also the ability to ask profound questions, identify unsolved problems, and extend the boundaries of what is known. In 1950, Alan Turing, the well-known computer scientist, asked a deceptively simple but provocative question. Can machines think? And his paper had the same title, Can Machines Think? And it was largely dismissed at that time. After all, Alan Turing was a theoretician, a logician, not a practitioner. And indeed, in this paper, he didn't even try to answer the question. But today, 75 years later, we know it was the right question. In an age transformed by algorithms, data, and hardware, Turing's question still guides debate and discovery. To me, this illustrates something very profound, that sometimes the value of a PhD lies not in the answers you provide, but in the questions you dare to ask. And here at Penn, you've asked important questions. And I might add, you've also answered them. You've built new models, created novel algorithms, invented new platforms, constructed instruments that did not exist before. You've proven new theories, charted unknown terrain, and scaled peaks no one had surveyed. But in doing so, you've expanded the map of human understanding. Turing himself could not have predicted where we are today. But he perhaps captured the engineering mindset when he said, we can only see a short distance ahead, but we can see plenty there that needs to be done. None of us can predict the world 75 years from now, but the future will trace its lineage back to the questions that you dare to ask during your time here at Penn, even as you work to impact the short distance ahead. But more importantly, your doctorate has prepared you to lead us into that future. A PhD trains independent thinkers, people who can navigate ambiguity, formulate original ideas, and solve problems no one else has cracked. These skills are desperately needed now. Whether in healthcare, energy, manufacturing, education, or finance, sectors that are sure to shape our future, you're now equipped to make a lasting impact. But we need something else from you. In this moment, when public discourse often questions the value of science and engineering, we need engineers and scientists who will speak out. We need you to help restore trust in science and engineering and broaden the circle of those who share in its promise. Late last year, Pew Research reported that while 90% of Americans believe scientists and engineers are intelligent, less than half of them believe we're good communicators. That gap is dangerous. There's also a troubling asymmetry that we're seeing today in public discourse. It is often said that it takes 10 times the energy to refute misinformation than to produce information. And as you all know, there are many studies that show that false news spreads much faster on social media, more broadly than the truth. Well-known economist Daniel Kahneman, in his book, Thinking Fast and Slow, explains that we have two modes of thinking. System 1, which is fast and intuitive, and System 2, which is slow and more deliberate. Misinformation appeals to System 1. It's simple, vivid, and easy to share. Truth, on the other hand, almost invariably lives in System 2. It requires more effort to understand and even more effort to explain. You epitomize System 2. Your voice as a communicator matters, and if you don't fill the space with clarity, it'll be filled with noise. And the cost of silence today is measured in missed opportunities to build a healthier, more informed society and democracy. So, as newly minted PhDs of Penn Engineering, I ask three things of you. First, learn to tell the story of your work and the work of others that you know and understand into language that your neighbors can understand. This isn't simplification. This is democratization of knowledge. When ideas are accessible, they can be shared, supported, and sustained. Second, treat your doctorate as a bridge not only to other disciplines, but to the world. Science and engineering gain strength when they connect across communities. Third, use your privilege to lift others. Mentor students who never imagined themselves in rooms like this. Advocate for inclusion. You stand on the shoulders of those that came before you. Be the shoulders that others can stand on. If you do these things, your PhD will be more than a credential. It'll be a force multiplier for change. Graduates, the future is uncertain. We know this. But your training, your intellect, your values, and the tools we need to shape the future are right here. If our founder, Benjamin Franklin, were here today at this podium, he would commend you on your years of pursuit of truth. He might commend you in building instruments that are finer than a clockmaker's, and in designing machines that learn to think. He might not understand the mathematics, the new theorems, but he would be persuaded of their value. But most importantly, he would respect you for asking questions that your ancestors could not imagine. And of course, he would remind all of us, an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. So graduates, whether you build your future here or in the United States or in a country abroad, you've all invested well. And your Penn Engineering education and research has equipped you to lead. And in a divided world, engineers like you have a rare superpower. You create common ground. When politics can build walls, technology builds bridges. When governments promote isolation, engineers elevate collaboration. Carry forward the innovative spirit that is Penn Engineering. Mentor generously, collaborate boldly, and share your knowledge. 2025 Penn Engineering doctors, we're proud to call you our colleagues. Congratulations. It's now my privilege and pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Dafni Bika, a leader in engineering and innovation. Dr. Bika is Senior Vice President and Global Head of Pharmaceutical Technology and Development at AstraZeneca. She leads a global team of more than 1,500 scientists and engineers across 8 countries. Her team plays a critical role in transforming synthetic molecules into life-changing medicines and ensuring their approval and reliable supply for patients worldwide. Over her remarkable career, Dafni has been a driving force behind the design, development, and launch of more than 20 new products since 2016, an extraordinary contribution that has fueled AstraZeneca's growth and impact. She's championed innovation in pharmaceutical manufacturing, including agile clinical supply, acceleration of new products to market, AI-enabled drug development, and the advancement of sustainability initiatives. Today, she's pioneering the implementation of continuous manufacturing and new modality platforms that will shape the future of global healthcare. Recognized as one of the most influential women in manufacturing in 2020 and an 8-time recipient of the AstraZeneca CEO Award, Dr. Bika is a proud alumna of Penn Engineering, holding a PhD in materials science and engineering. And she's also proud to be called the Penn Engineering parent. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Dafni Bika to the podium.
Dean Kumar, thank you for the kind introduction. Esteemed faculty, proud families, and the remarkable engineering doctoral graduates of the University of Pennsylvania class of 2025. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I know it's early afternoon and you just had lunch, but let's try it again. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
That's it. It's an honor to be here today as you launch into a world that needs your brilliance more than ever before. As I stand here today in this beautiful building, I feel that I'm privileged. I'm also truly taken aback as a proud Penn Engineering alumna myself. I look back fondly, thinking of how my own journey here shaped me in ways I could not have predicted. After graduating as a chemical engineer from the National Technical University of Athens in Greece and a master's from the University of Rochester, New York, I joined the Material Science Engineering PhD program here at Penn. I have the privilege to work with innovators and PACE centers. I met some of them today as well. I had my late academic advisor and professor emeritus, Charles McMahon Jr., who was someone who had an especially big role to play, not only during my years here at Penn, but much later throughout my career. He remained a mentor and a friend and someone who influenced me to do my best. Charlie was someone who had an especially keen interest, curiosity. He was an inspiring and immensely inspiring and wise man. He was ahead of his time. His textbook on the introduction of material science, based on the anatomy of the bicycle and the Walkman, and I don't know how many of you remember the Walkman or ever knew about this. It was for the first time introduced to students for remote learning in a CD, a floppy disk, right, a compact disk, which it was, believe me, revolutionary at the time. Charlie was truly the Aristotelian definition of a teacher, the one who opened up our minds and hearts to lifelong learning and innovative thinking. Penn taught me how to lean into the uncomfortable, the uncertain. I learned next to individuals who did not just accept the status quo. They questioned it, they combined disciplines, they showed leadership. They didn't stop until all aspects of the subject were well understood. That's the power of interdisciplinary research, where science and engineering operate together to solve the most difficult problems and gain insights into what matters across scales. In the basement of LRSM, I studied how structure, properties, processes interplay to give us new materials. I was using this background that gave me the technical edge to start a new branch in the pharmaceutical industry called pharmaceutical materials. My years here at Penn were some most delightful and impactful in my life. It was the personal network I built, classmates, professors, mentors, that helped me land my first job in the US many years later. You have the same advantage. A web of brilliant minds who have pushed you to grow, to think differently, to remain curious. In my story, I embraced change, despite the uncertainty, the fear, and the possibility of a failure that led me across disciplines and across geographies. But I always remained grounded into my technical roots. I advanced my career through accepting new roles in some of the best companies in the world. I was fortunate to learn from the best and find out what I'm good at. I'm currently leading an organization of thousands of scientists and engineers in AstraZeneca, turning molecules into medicines. Medicines that have the potential to cure serious diseases, including cancer. While the road was not always smooth, I was blessed with a network of colleagues, mentors, and friends who helped me along the way. And most importantly, a family that supported me every step of the way. My husband, Evan, and I were here, both graduate students here at Penn. And we are blessed today with two beautiful daughters and a son, Philip, who continues our tradition as a rising senior here at Penn in the Department of Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering. For me, Penn was a place that I felt very proud to be part of, where I started shaping a vision of where I was going and what I wanted to become. It was not just about the technical and quantitative skills I gained here. It was about learning how to live and follow my principles and my values, daring to think big, have the courage to change and act decisively. But I also remember wrestling with managerial skills, learning how to be a good manager. Giving tough feedback to people sometimes was part of the job, and working across and negotiating with teams for competing priorities and funding. I was fortunate to have some caring managers and mentors and sponsors who took the time to help me understand that collaboration, influence, and listening to different people and different opinions only amplifies the technical skills and helps get things done. You are entering the workforce or academia in an ever-changing landscape. Climate crisis, exponential advancements in technology, data and AI, societal transformation. But you are well prepared. You possess the necessary tools, the focus, the interdisciplinary approach that you learn here, and the confidence to recognize excellence. From the ENIAC to carbon capture, to robotics, and to the organ on a chip, Penn engineers don't merely adapt change, they define it. So here's my challenge to you. Cooperate with those around you. Teamwork is a super strength. Set bold, ambitious goals. Don't settle for incremental when you can redefine what's possible. Whether it is a sustainable future, a smarter world, or a breakthrough we cannot even yet imagine, have the courage to lead us through those uncertain times. Let your values, honesty, and integrity guide you to the right side of history. To the families and friends, thank you for supporting these graduates through this every challenge and every triumph. They are ready because of you. Class of 2025, this is your moment. Take the lessons from your brilliant professors, the inspiration from your peers, and the boldness of this place. Engineer a future that's fearless, connected, and true to who you are. Heartfelt congratulations, and go change the world.
Thank you, Dafni, for those amazing inspirational words and words of wisdom. I'm missing a page here. It says closing remarks, but we're not closed yet. Of course, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the ceremony's most treasured tradition, which is the hooding of the graduates by the faculty advisors. And I said this earlier to the graduates in the room before, this act is important. It really symbolizes a rite of passage. And this rite of passage is as emotional for us as I think it is for you. And we, of course, on stage are honored to be a part of it. I now invite Dr. Sonia Guak, the Director of Global Academic Programs, to the podium so we may proceed with the hooding ceremony and the granting of the degrees.
We will now begin the announcement of the graduates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree. In addition to presenting the diploma to the graduates, it is our tradition for a faculty, usually the student's advisor or the graduate group chair, to place the academic hood onto the graduate student. We will announce the recipients of all PhD degrees in alphabetical order within each academic department in the order they're printed in the program. And now, it is my great pleasure to announce the graduates in bioengineering. Dr. Ravi Radhakrishnan, Department Chair, will join Dean Kumar and Senior Associate Dean Boon Tao Lu in receiving the graduates. Dr. Yale Cohen, Graduate Group Chair, will come forward. We also invite the student's advisor, if present, to join in placing the hood onto the graduate. We will now begin. Matthew Aronson. Miran Hannah Choi. Michael DiStefano. Peter Geller. Yuan Guo. Alex Hamilton. Pulkit Khandelwal. Li Ning Liu. Jonathan Marcelin. Georgios Mentzelopoulos. Madhura Nishtarai. Aoife O'Farrell. Oma Lamai. Akash Goodnick. Jack Prasich. Sneha Shankar. Ray Shen. Elizabeth Silvestro. Lasya Prabhafadi Sripada. Brendan Steckel. Sophia Swego. Kelsey Swingle. Margaret Tamburo. Vasiliki Tasopoulou. Caitlin Titus. Madeline Noel Whitaker. Kevin Shea. Thank you. This concludes the announcement of graduates in bioengineering. And now, it is my great pleasure to announce the graduates in chemical and biomolecular engineering. Dr. Chinada Mosuji, Department Chair, will join Dean Kumar and Senior Associate Dean Boon Tao Lu in receiving the graduates. Dr. John Crocker, Graduate Group Chair, will come forward. We also invite the Students' Advisor, if present, to join in placing the hood onto the graduate. We will now begin. Yu Xuan Dai. Trevor Devine. Jet Joanne Selassie Edzia. Lilia Escobedo. Catherine Gomes. Gao Chen Jin. Christopher Johnson. Reshma Kalyan Sundaran. Sahil Kulkarni. Owen Land. Emilia Agustina Leyes Porello. Jun Lu. Anirban Majumdar. Yamile Moransi. Kai Shen. Vikram Sudarshan. Ching Yu Wang. Puteng Wu. CK Ye. Thank you. This concludes the announcement of graduates in chemical and biomolecular engineering. And now, it is my great pleasure to announce the graduates in computer and information science. Dr. Zachary Ives, Department Chair, will join Dean Kumar and Senior Associate Dean Liu in receiving the graduates. Dr. Aninya Day, Graduate Group Chair, will come forward. We also invite the Students Advisor, if present, to join in placing the hood onto the graduate. We will now begin. Evangelos Hatipantazis. Xin Yi Chen. Lawrence Dunn. Xingyu Fu. Robert Gefford. Ira Globus Harris. Meghna Gumadi. Varun Gupta. Paul He. Xiayan Ji. Wen Jiang. Aditya Kashyap. Da Kwang. Jiahui Lin. Brian Lee. Juan Lee. Shuo Li. Jason Yecheng Ma. Yiping Ma. Titania Malavia. Calvin Ng. Hessam Nikpe. Ajay Patel. Sydney Faye Pugh. Ziyin Q. Rahul Ramesh. Nicholas Ryu. Harsh Sangvi. Kyle Vetter. Anton Schwer. Yua Yang. Jiahao Zhang. Zhong Ke. Thank you. This concludes the announcement of graduates in Computer and Information Science. And now it is my great pleasure to announce the graduates in Electrical and Systems Engineering. Dr. Benjamin Lee, representing the department chair, will join Dean Kumar and Senior Associate Dean Liu in receiving the graduates. Dr. Troy Olson, Graduate Group Chair, will come forward. We also invite the Students' Advisor, if present, to join in placing the hood onto the graduate. We will now begin. Sydney Acosta. Juan Cerviño. Sarjit Das. Xingyu Du. David González Medrano. Kwan Ho Kim. Maya Lassiter. Chavez Lawrence. Bruce Lee. Eric Lay. Matthew Ouellette. Damian Ovarko. Dongjun Park. Ali Muradi. Kaustubh Sridhar. Ziyang Wang. Thank you. This concludes the announcement of graduates in Electrical and Systems Engineering. And now it is my great pleasure to announce the graduates in Materials Science and Engineering. Dr. Shu Yang, Department Chair, will join Dean Kumar and Senior Associate Dean Liu in receiving the graduates. Dr. Ling Li, Graduate Group Chair, will come forward. We also invite the Students' Advisor, if present, to join in placing the hood onto the graduate. We will now begin. Ramin Basir. Shobita Kramadati. Antonio Martinez. Ravisara Watana. Shuang Wu. Arya Zhang. Yiwei Zhang. Thank you. This concludes the announcement of graduates in Materials Science and Engineering. And now it is my great pleasure to announce the graduates in Mechanical Engineering and Applied Mechanics. Dr. Kevin Turner, Department Chair, will join Dean Kumar and Senior Associate Dean Liu in receiving the graduates. Dr. Prashant Purohit, Graduate Group Chair, will come forward. We also invite the Students' Advisor, if present, to join in placing the hood onto the graduate. We will now begin. Brian Acosta. Gregory Campbell. Thomas Salenza. Victoria Edwards. Spencer Folk. Yukong Hua. Christopher Kim. Yen Lua. Yi Chao Shi. Hang Shu. Jake Weldy. William Yang. Jessica Yin. Xiaohang Zhu. Thank you. This concludes the announcement of graduates in mechanical engineering and applied mechanics. This concludes the reading of all names of graduates in our doctoral programs. I now invite Dean Kumar to the podium to deliver closing remarks.
Well, congratulations, graduates. Let's hear it for the 2025 doctoral graduates. Before we part ways, I have one final charge for you. As our newest doctors of philosophy, we want you to use the immense power you hold to chart new paths for others to follow. Seek out the dreamers, the doers, the undiscovered talent, and send them home to us at Penn Engineering, so they too can shape our future. It is our greatest honor to call you all colleagues. And it was the deepest confidence and pride that we look forward to the extraordinary impact that you will have. By the powers vested in me, and on behalf of the entire faculty, I now pronounce you Doctors of Philosophy of the School of Engineering and Applied Science. I ask everyone to remain seated until the academic procession leaves the stage. Again, congratulations.
This concludes the PhD ceremony for today. Congratulations to the graduates.